Okay, unit analysis or dimensional analysis is the process of converting units from one unit to the other. Try to convert ounces to pounds, that sort of thing. I want you to write down these two names, unit analysis, dimensional analysis, because if you go to YouTube or this website, khanacademy.org, and search for those two, one of those two things, you will find videos that tell you how to do it. So if you don't understand what I'm teaching you in class today, those are excellent resources to go to, and those are the search terms that you're going to want to use. So step number 1 says write down what you are given. If you look in the problem above, how many inches in 3 feet, what measurement are you given?
3 feet.
3 feet. And we're converting to inches. So step 1 simply says write down what you are given. I'm going to abbreviate feet as FT. So that is step 1. Okay, so I'll work it out and then I'll explain what everything up there means. We're going to multiply, so we do x, by a conversion factor, and a conversion factor is a horizontal line. Now, this is a fraction. Remember I was telling you that there are certain things that I'm picky about because it makes things easier? Those of you that write fractions like this, 1/2, have a tendency when you're multiplying 3/4 to, you're supposed to do 1 times 3 divided by whatever 2 times 4 is, and that gives you the answer. But people that do this method, that write their fractions like this, tend to make more mistakes. And I think it's because the 2 and the 1 are side by side, and they kind of forget that 2 is on the bottom, and they multiply instead of divide. So for science at least, you ought to get in the habit of writing your fractions elementary school style, like this. And you can do, I put an X right here. You can do a dot like I did. Well, that doesn't look like it, but that's a dot. So in other words, try to make everything visually horizontal, and you make fewer mistakes. So this division bar that I did, I made horizontal for that reason. So you're going to multiply by a conversion factor. And I'm going to talk this out so you can hear it. I am trying to get rid of the unit feet. To do that mathematically, I'm going to put feet on the bottom of the fraction. Do you recognize that that cancels? I'm converting from feet to, not all at once, inches. So I'm going to put inches up top, and then I'm going to say equals. What have I not put in there yet? Numbers. So you'll recognize the language that I used. I said I put feet on the bottom so that they cancel. Then I put the other one, inches. I talked about things in terms of where do I put it, on the bottom or the top. You do not want to use the language of where does this go, bottom or top, for numbers. When you're dealing with numbers, numbers mean nothing. They're just part of a measurement. So what you should do is think in terms of equality. What numbers do I want here?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's good.
Okay. So I want 12 and 1, but you should not think 12 goes on the top or the bottom. You don't ask that with the numbers. Think this way. 12 inches equals 1 foot. Now look at that fraction that I'm building up here. 12 inches equals 1 foot. I did not ask myself, am I looking for top or bottom? I didn't confuse myself that way. If you do top or bottom and you don't understand what's going on in the problem, you have like a 50-50 shot of getting it right. So think in terms of what, in equality, 12 inches, 1 foot. When I'm done with that, I simply do the math. I cancel out feet. 3 times 12 is 36, divided by 1 is 36. So my answer is 36, isn't it? And I'm shaking my head no. What's the answer? 36 inches. It's really, really, really important to put your units on the answer. So to avoid things like $78 million mistakes, make sure you put the units on your answer. Because we're talking about things, not just pure math. Science has a purpose to it. We're not just having fun with numbers. We're trying to figure out what it actually means. This is where you do the math, but I already did the math on the last one. So I'm going to use this slide and talk our way through the entire thing so you can hear the process. This is the dialogue you want going on in your head during a test or quiz. Just keep it to yourself. So first step, we write down what we have. We have 3 feet. That was terrible. We're going to multiply it by a fraction. No numbers yet. We want feet to go away, so we put feet on the bottom. We're converting to inches, so I'm going to put inches on top. Notice I've not done anything with numbers. When I come to the number part, I have to know that whatever this measurement is up top must equal this measurement on the bottom. Same thing over same thing is 1, isn't it? So if I have same thing over same thing, I'm not changing the amount of measurement, I'm just changing the units. So if I come through here and say 12 inches equals 1 foot, now I've set it up properly, the math is cancel the units out, 3 times 12 is 36. Write down the leftover units and we have 36 inches, okay? For this one, I'll do it kind of quick. We have a given of 100 yards. I'm going to multiply it by a fraction.
Also, last year they would teach us like 1 under the 100 yards.
We're trying to make what unit go away?
Yards.
Yards. So I put yards on the bottom and I can put inches on top. Oops. Erase that. I'm going to put an equal sign. There are 36 inches in 1 yard, right? So yards cancel and we have 3,600. Make it nice, 36,000. No, 3,600, I can say it, inches. Okay. Now some people say, well, can't you do feet and then inches? Sure, there are multiple ways of doing it. The next one is a 2-step method. Okay, so there are a lot of physics problems like this where you don't see a number, but there is a number there. A mile means 1 mile. Next semester, when we talk about speed, we'll talk about a car coming to a stop. What's the speed of stop? 0. And it takes a while to kind of catch on to that. The more of these you do, the easier it gets. So we're going to start with 1 mile. And I'm going to multiply and cancel out miles. But I don't know how many inches in a mile, but I do have that conversion, 5,280 feet in a mile. So I'm going to convert to feet first. If I stop now, what unit is left over? Feet. I don't want that, so I'm going to do a second conversion factor. What goes on the bottom of this conversion factor? Feet, so we can make those go away, and now I can go to inches. Again, I haven't done any numbers yet, I'm just setting it up. That's the key to making this work better. Do you know of a relationship between feet and miles? Yep, I gave it to you right there. There are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. And how many inches equal a foot? 12 inches equal a foot. So miles cancel, feet cancel, we have inches. What math do I do? What do I plug in the calculator?
5,280 times 12.
5,280 times 12. That's really all the math there is to that. It's like 63,000 or something like that, and that's inches. So that's how you do a 2-step problem. Say it again.
63,360.
There we go, 63,360 inches. Inches. Okay, I'm just going to write it out so I can't possibly. All right.